So, the end. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Okay? Uh, what? Do you want to hear another one? Oh, come on, it's a school night. Okay, but just this one. But what kind of story shall we hear? Hmm, how about a fairy tale of our times? A field of dreams, fenced in by white pickets. A tale about a young man and a woman we all hope to be someday. Too bad. That's what you're getting. So children, once upon a time, there lived a young woman, pretty as a day in June. And a young man stood by her side, smart as a whip and handsome as a polo horse. They met in high school, fell in love on a merry day in May. Soon the young man dropped to his knees and won the young woman's hand in marriage. And with the blessings of their compatible
Mr. Storyteller.
continuing with the blessings of their compatible
Excuse
families.
me, Mr. Storyteller.
Excuse me. Yes. What is it?
We didn't exactly meet in high school.
Yes, you did. It's written here.
But we met in a bar.
And we did it on and off for 5 years while she experimented with foreigners.
How nice. But for our purpose, let's say you met in high school, shall we? So children, with the blessings of their compatible families,
Oh, wait a minute. As I recall, you kept breaking it off.
What?
Yeah. And then you got me back the minute I had a new boyfriend.
You certainly did not waste any time running into the arms of the first guy who had an accent.
Shh. Let's not argue in front of these impressionable youngsters. So children, what I was saying is that the bride soon setting on the wedding preparation.
I never realized you were a racist.
I'm not. I was fine with the fact that you'd slept with black men.
You are assuming that racism itself refers to Africans Americans. Isn't that a form of racism itself?
Excuse me, ma'am, sir, form me those vouchers so that I can return to the story. Thank you.
By all means, don't let anything silly like our issues get in your way.
Look, will you play along? The children will have ample opportunities to be disillusioned later. Let's just now return to the story. Okay? Okay? Okay, children, as I was saying, the preparations, they were to be married in a beautiful church,
Drive to table in Vegas.
followed by an elegant reception at the turn of the century inn in Vermont.
Back room at the Stars Lounge.
The bride put Martha Stewart to shame as she had the evening designed to the last detail from
That really sounds like you.
from the linen napkins to the centerpiece of purple freesia and Italian ruscas.
I think he was invited to someone else's wedding.
And why is it assuming the bride always has priest? Does it never occur to anyone that the groom might want to participate? I worked my way through law school as a floral designer. That's how I know freesia is all wrong for a centerpiece, except maybe as an accent flower.
You were a floral designer?
You need to base your arrangement on a more substantial bloom, like a lily or an orchid.
Brad? Is there something you want to tell me?
Excuse me, in fact, there's something I want to tell the small little children so that they can get to the bed at a decent hour. The story.
Well, huffy huff.
So, following their elegant reception at the turn of the century in Vermont,
We are not from Vermont. We have never even been to Vermont.
at which all had a delightful time,
What do you mean? Is there something I want to tell you?
following their elegant reception,
Is there something you haven't been honest with me about? Like with yourself about?
like they had a wonderful time after the reception. Yes, children, the bride at the tender age of 24. Now, excuse me, what's wrong?
She's not even close to 24.
Buster Brown, whose story is it?
Ours.
Wrong. It's a fairy tale, and I'm going for prototypes.
But I'm 35.
Ma'am, in this story, you're 24. An average American woman gets married at the age of 24.
And how old does that make him?
Well, 27. How old is he really?
I'm the one that is 24.
Isn't it a little young to be getting married?
How come 24 is okay for him, but not for me?
Ma'am, you're the bride, you are supposed to be younger.
Jesus.
Also, children, returning to the story, before I was interrupted for the umpteenth time, I was telling that after the elegant reception, the 24-year-old bride was whisked away in a horse-drawn carriage by her 27-year-old Prince Charming.
Whisked away. Where?
I don't know. Well, to the airport.
Which one?
The airport of Vermont, of course.
There's one in Burlington and one in Montpelier.
How did you know that?
I majored in geography.
You did?
So, Mr. Fancy Pants, which one was it?
Well, the one from where you took your flight to Hawaii for your honeymoon.
This entire fairy tale is completely out of hand. Does anyone know there are no direct flights from Vermont to Hawaii? You have to either fly through Logan or Los Angeles or both. And in any case, I highly doubt they like the horses in the terminal.
Well, what's wrong in telling the small little children a nice little story?
No one's life turns out like that. How many of these kids will actually live up to your version of the story? None. They can't. It's too much pressure. It's like my Catholic women are all messed up. You can't be a virgin and be a mother. And Brad, I shouldn't have married you to begin with.
Shaina, how can you say that?
You are probably gay.
What?
Oh, come on. How many straight male floral designers do you know?
That's what you thought I needed to be honest about?
Yeah, you didn't even know I majored in geography. Listen, if you're talking averages here, most people don't get married in Vermont. They get married in their one-horse hometowns that have Walmarts and bad zoning.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing. Exactly, that's my point. Most people get married in the hometowns. Most people do cheat on their spouses. Most people go for counseling sessions or sell up everything that they have to get into a lousy nursing home. Put that in a fairy tale and smoke it.
No one's smoking anything here. They're small little children.
And God forbid, we tell them what life is really like.
She's got a point there. You are opening yourself up for multiple class action suits, mister.
Fine. I've had it. You want the truth? The whole truth? Nothing but the truth. The whole enchilada. The proverbial line. The hook. The sinker. Far be it from me to give the small little souls something to which to aspire.
Do it. Do it.
I'm warning you. It's not going to be pretty.
We stand one.
Okay. So children, let me tell you the story. Once upon a time, in a trailer park not so far away, there lived a young woman. Oh no, not a young woman, a woman approaching her middle ages. She drank a lot of bourbon, smoked a pack of A, and hung around in the places where they throw cigarette butts and peanut shells on the floor.
Alright, already?
And a slightly effeminate young man once took it up his ass from a fellow Eagle Scout, and since it happened only once when he was 17, that to drunk on Kaluwa, he considered himself straight.
Hey, hey.
The young man and the woman met in a bar one night where they got drunk and slept together at a place. The woman felt guilty over the one-night stand and she thought she would make a legitimate relationship out of the whole thing, although she prefers black men. The young man, to stay deep in the dark closet, proposed to the woman, and the woman, who was getting older, approaching 35, and let's say not getting any younger, accepted his pathetic offer because it was a real ego boost for her to have snagged a hot stud 11 years younger than her, although he has the occasional problem of getting a stiffy because he's really gay. Well, the groom decided to plan the wedding with his best friend Steve, but the woman said, "Oh, let's hire a horse-drawn carriage to drop us at the airport of Vermont, from where they took 6 connecting flights to Hawaii to get married when Elvis impersonator." They showed up at the Stardust Lounge where they bought all the bar patrons Budweiser and the cheese balls. Once back at home, the young man, unable to suppress himself, took up with a drag queen from Soho. The woman, realizing that she would never be a mother, she consoled herself with vodka and Xanax and died of a somewhat overdose 3 years later. The young man, now 27, took up to wearing cowboy hats and chaps and made the unfortunate mistake of traveling to Wyoming, where he was dragged to his death by a bunch of homophobic rednecks. So the children, the drag queen wrote a story about the 3 of them, and that's the end. So I bid you good night, sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite. That's the end. Bye.
Oh, Mr. Storyteller, wait! It's okay! You can tell the other version, etc.